is Artlysium, Artlysium. I'll spell it one more time. Artlysium. Artlysium. And you say it all together, Artlysium. It's broken down on my shirt, A-R-T-L-I, and then you'll zoom, Artlysium. People, everybody says Artlysium. No, it's Artlysium. 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 So, what does Artlysium mean? Artlysium means art heaven. Basically, it's a place where artists can go and create together, pretty much like heaven, but it's on earth. It's Artlysium. It's pretty much art heaven. That's what it is. You know, that's where I am. I'm in art heaven, and that's my brand. So, what else you want to know? So, tell me a little bit about your upbringing, how you got started, and what all you pretty much been through in order to get to where you are now. Alright, so we can go all the way back. Artlysium means art heaven, and so the goal for Artlysium every year is to do more than we did the year before. So, just with time and space and how everything kind of worked out, we ended up, failing a lot in order to succeed. So, to explain it, Artlysium started as Worldly Bill, which was my rap name and the website I created. So I created a website back in 2011, and that was 2010. Back in 2010, I created my first website, worldlybill.com. That was a year after I graduated high school. I was working at Walmart in the money center, cashing checks and doing my thing and meeting a lot of beautiful women and doing a lot of crazy things. And then after that, I became manager. So, more of the same. We had an apartment, me and Dustin and something dude named BG, and yeah, I stayed in my room 90% of the time, just recording and making music. I probably recorded over 200 songs in that one room on using Audacity programming. Audacity is a program I used in high school to do a radio show for my multimedia class. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this program and I'm gonna download it on my computer at home. And I just, Googled it and found the link and downloaded it at home and began recording music. And the funny thing about Audacity, it's basic, I guess, for most people. But for me, it was advanced because I was able to not only manipulate my sound, I was able to create my own sound. I found all my beats, I recorded all my music, and I rapped, and I recorded, and I changed it as needed. So I still have all of those songs, over 100 songs that I have put out. And they're all on beats that I don't own, so I'm gonna have to do diligence to find all the best songs first, and then redo all of them songs on beats that I do own, and then go and do the rest. So I'll be making music forever. I'm just gonna duplicate and recopy what I've already created that I can't use, can't sell, and put it on something that I can use and can sell. It's intellectual property that you just recycle. So I'm also gonna re-release the Broken World in installments. So Broken World is being re-released, each chapter separately, and there'll be I think the chapters are like $2 a piece, if I'm not mistaken, like $1.99 or something. So they'll be on Kindle, and I'll have different ways where you're able to purchase. But each chapter is like a story in itself anyway. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and separate it, and so it'll be interesting how we approach the actual release. I have like over 100 other books that's coming out this year, but I'm not going to release all of them. Actually, just going to write them and get them prepared, and then I'll be able to start releasing. So instead of saying coming out this year, that I'm actually producing this year, and then they'll come out next year. But they're all short novels, probably like a couple pages a piece. Short stories that I'll eventually probably build on, or make a film about. All right, so I went from making music from 2000, and really I've been rapping since I was 16. I used to come home from track practice or cross country practice, whatever, and I would be like, just dead tired, and I'll just look in the mirror like, damn, and just start flowing, just whatever come to my mind, just to let myself know that I accomplished whatever I was trying to accomplish that day running. And I would also rap to myself while I run, chant something in my head or say something, and that's my fuel, my motivation. Because sometimes you can't run with the certain headphones, so and then sometimes if it's especially not in the track, you can't run with headphones. But in cross country you can, but you just have to make sure they don't distract you. Because sometimes they're like, damn, my headphones keep falling out, I can't even focus on running. I'm trying to get this music back in. But slows down your momentum and shit. But anyway, back to the explaining. So pretty much my whole life I've always been behind the scenes. Even when I was younger, I never really tried my hardest to be seen, if that makes sense. I always just took the back seat and didn't mind not being seen. So it was a lot of people who were popular from the time I was in kindergarten all the way, through high school. There were different people, but never me. I never really searched, or I never really forced it, if that makes sense. I always just let things be, and I met people as I came, and then I don't know. It didn't dawn on me until high school, though. Like all the way through school, I was just doing me. Middle school, we had a lot of different things going on. A lot of fighting and shit. So middle school was different. But high school, I didn't fight at all. I don't think I got any fights in high school. So those 4 years were just chill, and I was trying to perfect my talking to women thing. I challenged myself to have a lot of conversations, and I met a lot of people. And anyway, I got my first girlfriend and everything. So high school was cool. Got my letterman, ran track for 4 years, cross country 3 years. Went to state 3 times. Shit, we were doing our motherfucking thing. So alright, so what got you into wanting to make music? So once I started rapping, after practices and everything, I pretty much just knew that I wanted to rap, but I didn't know what to rap about, if that makes sense, because most of the rappers I listened to, they rapped about shit that I didn't do. So I was like, damn, how can I rap about shit that I do? So instead, I learned how to rap about my mind. and that's like 90% of all my songs, because I also went to school for psychology, and then throughout school I always studied the human mind, just to know why I was, who I was, and kind of like why I did some of the things that I did. So it was always a constant, trying to figure out what was important to me. So once I found out I loved learning about people in the world, it allowed me to do more, if that makes sense. So what I ended up doing was rapping for, it was like 4 years straight. So from 2012, when I put out my first project, which was called The Beginning, it had 22 songs on it. It's still on Dat Pliff today, so if you got a Dat Pliff mixtapes website, just type in Bill, B-I-L-L, The Beginning, and it got like a couple, like 2,000 views or whatever. So it did its thing. That's that's life. I attempted to do something, and it is what it is. I never gave up. So it was a dream for me. It was something that I didn't know if I was going to do it until kind of the last time I met my grandpa, because he came in November of that year. I had the music done in like it was like February, July. It was like in between that time, so it was in between those couple months from February to July, and that was when I was just making songs. And so by November came, my grandpa came and he visited, and I showed him that I could skateboard and make music and all this kind of stuff, and he was like, "That's cool, and just keep doing what you're doing." And the next month he died, and that pretty much changed everything for me. I was like, damn, somebody I've known forever, that's been there since day one, is not here anymore. And it's hurting a lot of people around me, because my mom, my dad, everybody that's here is being affected. And me being at that age, I didn't have anybody that close to me dying. So that was painful. That was different. So after that, I was like, okay, so I gotta release this music. I gotta do it, because life is too short for me not to. And I know that there are people who would want me to live the life that I would want, as far as if it's something I really truly cannot live without, they would prefer me to go and get it. So so I'm doing it for myself and everyone that's believing in me in any type of form or fashion that they can. So I was born in November 2nd, 1990. I'm turning 30 years old this year, and I'm releasing my first official movie. I've made 4 movies. This will be my 4th one, and I'm excited. I think Inclination is going to be more than anybody has ever anticipated, as far as just being something that's, that's created. Sorry, I had someone text me or something. Okay, so Inclination for me is probably one of the most important things that I've ever completed. I believe Inclination is me being able to explain my purpose, because it's not about me. The story is not about me. It's about someone who is suffering from maladaptive daydreaming, which is you're not able to control the way your fantasies are activated. They just, you could be sitting there talking to someone and just drift off and just be really into it. So it's not like something you dripped in and dripped back out. No, when you get in it, you're in your dream and you're like, I ain't heard none this person said for like 10 minutes. And sometimes you can just be by yourself doing it, and it's during the day. It's not when you're sleeping or nothing. You're just in your head. And some people focus on TV, phone, all kind of different things. Some people daydream. A lot of people daydream. It's normal. So the movie is about someone who loves body painting. He's suffering from daydreaming because he can't focus on his artwork and his job and just doing things. So he's looking for a job, and his best friend calls him like, hey, I'm gonna come see you. And she's like, hey, you should come work for the company that I'm working for, since you want to be an artist and continue, being peaceful, doing what you're doing versus having to live out on the street. And he's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So she also warns him not to bring his personal life to work, because she knows now that he is now started body painting versus just painting on canvases. So now he's like, oh, take it to another level, I'm going to paint humans. So she's like, okay, so since you're going to do that, don't paint any of the women here that works with us, because there are a lot of them, and you may get in trouble, something may come back on you. And he's like, that's a risk I'm willing to take. So that's pretty much what he does. He takes that risk, and it blows up in his face. And so we actually have models that are body painted in the movie, brief moments of the actual painting in the movie, which brings me to my next thing. We also have an album, a soundtrack called Inclination, that will go on all platforms to go with the movie as a soundtrack and my first official mixtape. And the Inclination mixtape pretty much is songs from me. I may have like 6 songs on it, and then I have a couple songs from some of the other cast members. They also make music, so I'm like, hey, y'all want to put y'all songs on this, and we'll eat off of it. We're projecting the release of the film in November, a couple different locations, depending on price and just how we will recoup everything that's for us. So the most important thing is that we continue to build on what we have. So when I say that, I mean I'm meeting a lot of people. I'm putting myself in position to do a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that are popping up as opportunities, and I'm trying to, in my head, figure out what's worth it. Honestly, what's in it for me, and right now I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let's refocus. Okay, so where are we going with this? Okay, so music. So I released The Broken World novel, 2016. I started writing it in high school, and before I got to maybe 2014, I actually was only adding to it, if that makes sense. I was like, I got these stories in my journal that I've written about random shit that I've been through. So let me read them. So I read all of the shit from age, I don't know when I started writing it to when I stopped, but it had me sitting there day by day explaining what the fuck happened that day. And it was like, God damn, the type of writing, for me, it made me realize that I could take what I have and not, focus it solely on just getting all the information, but focus it on how determined I was to explain it. So I was like, so I'm going to take this determination that I had when I was just writing about my day, and I'm going to take it and use it to write about someone else's day, but I'm going to name the character after me, and it's going to be immersed in a new world that exists only in the novel. So what I did was I wrote the first 3 chapters. It was like I took what I had and I made the first 2 chapters. That's why the first 2 chapters are more personal or interpersonal, because it's about real shit that happened. So after the first 2 chapters, we go into chapter 3, and this is when the fiction pretty much kicks in wholeheartedly. Like, it's already mixing in from beginning to now, but now it's completely fiction. Nothing else is based on what I've been through. So now chapter 3 increases the intensity because there's so much extra stuff that I've added that I didn't actually go through. So that's why from 3, 4, 5, and 6, it's intense as fuck. And then 7, 8, it kind of like draws back to kind of reflect on what has happened. And then 9, 10, and 11, it's pretty much the same. It's action throughout, and it leads you to a final destination, which is more conflict. So that's why there will be a second sequel. I mean, there will be a sequel to The Broken World. It's going to be called, I don't want to say it, but I know the name of it, and it'll be Broken World 2, and the name that I have for it. So it may be also 10 chapters, and so that's not projected to release until another maybe like 6 years from now. So it's just down the line. Right now, though, we're going to take Broken World, the novel, and make a movie out of it. We're going to film it by chapter, and that's how I'm writing the script. I'm going to take each chapter, read it, figure out what's the key points as far as what I want shown, and then whatever else I can add to what I want shown to make it a full picture. Because it won't be everything that's in the novel, but it will be something that drives you from beginning to end of the first chapter. So all the key moments. So the key moments of chapter 1 will be the first thing we'll film, and what we will create is the scenery. We have to figure out exactly where is this person throughout the first chapter, and what are these locations in the city that I live in. So I'm going to go and find those locations based off what is written, and we're going to create the scene. So after that, we're going to go to chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to chapter 10, and make the film just like that. Figure out what scenery in each scene, how much time is needed for each what, and find all of that. So once we get all that done, then we're going to go into casting, because I need to know who will fit certain roles. I'm already going to have the character list broken down, and by gender and age, because there are like people who play someone else's parents, and we don't want them to be first. The parent is younger than them. Yeah. So we want to do great casting and great actors. It's a must that they complete a certain amount of tasks before they are casted. So that's what we'll do in order to cast for The Broken World, and that's starting next year. I'm going to write the script this year, and we're going to start getting that produced in 2021, and it may take to 2022 to actually start filming, but that's the goal. That's The Broken World. We're going to re-release it, audiobook, ebook, by chapter, and a movie. Inclination, movie, re-release, digitally, red carpet event, and an album, and music videos. So that's a lot. That's definitely a lot of, a lot of work. But that's why we do what we do. Because we love to make movies and create things. Like in our previous interview, I told him I was going to make a Consultation 2 and a Inclination 2 and a Mother Malice 2, because the first one was pretty much just a demo. It wasn't really a full thought out process for Mother Malice. So we're gonna expand on it make it something even crazier. So that's down the line as well. So where we are now is we're in a good space to create more. We're meeting a lot more people. We're actually moving around the city pretty nicely. I mean, it's not too many people I haven't met or bumped shoulders with as far as just run into. But I'm not fearful, and I'm not anxious, and I'm not self-titled or nothing like that. I'm pretty interesting as far as just getting work done. That's all I really want to do. Yeah, more messages, but so I have a song called Art Dealer coming out. All my production, and I meant to say this too about the movie. The movie is being scored by Justice Woods from the Ark. He's a fucking genius. So I have his beats and production throughout the movie, as well as most of the songs that I'm releasing with the Inclination mixtape will be. It's like an EP, so it's gonna be released via streaming services, all of them. But for as far as I know, as far as like where I'm at in my life, I'm happy. I have a 1-year-old son. He's doing everything in his power to learn this world, and he's coming on nicely. He's not worried about anything. He's fearless, and he's fighting. That's the most important part, is that he's fighting for life. And depression is one of those things that people who are not happy will, they'll do anything to put anybody else down. So to have a happy baby boy and be in a good health and mental health space and not be, sad about anything, it's important. So. And I just realized that I did all this talking without my microphone. But it probably still picked it up, I ain't gonna lie. The camera probably still recorded it. And I could just boost up the sound. I just didn't even think about it. Let's listen to it. Oh yeah, we got a new website coming out soon. We're just waiting on a lot of things to get completed first. There's no need to put it up if we don't have the products. So we're working on the products, and then we'll get the website set up. And then after that, we will pretty much just focus, man. Just stay focused. Get the website put up and just move art and shirts and hats and books and music and movies. A whole bunch of stuff. Art. Completely art. Hats, shirts, books, movies. Everything you can think of. And so I'm trying to think of what else that I didn't touch on. I'm in the stage play, so I have a stage play. I was going to release sometime in May. I'm the main character. I play a pastor. His name is Reverend Goodright, and he's a bad person. So I play another villain, a lead protagonist, antagonist. But I don't know, man. I think that's pretty much how I do me. I'm always like a little bit more aggressive when it comes to acting and rapping and expressing myself. If I'm not expressing myself, then I'm pretty laid back, pretty cool, pretty chill person. But when it comes to expressing myself, I'm up there. I'm turned up. I'm not afraid of nothing. I think that's what makes it easy for me to battle rap. I started battle rapping a couple years ago. I had my first battle versus Nixasy. He's a cool cat. Got some flow. He can rap at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's pretty cool. He got his own style. I fucks with him. One thing I do respect about his grind is that he doesn't quit. and that's where we need. And we got a song together called Danger Zone on my album. I'm debating if it's going to be on the Broken World. It's more likely it's going to be on the Broken World album. But yeah, that's going to be dope. I'll probably end up changing my verse on it or sprucing it up a little bit more. But yeah, it's pretty dope. Trying to think. So I got a song with Daya, 2 songs with Daya, Art Dealer, and Love to My Mind, which would be the single for the Broken World album. Art Dealer is going to go on Inclination. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to have the, I don't know, man, just to have the momentum behind me. It's going to be crazy. We're going to release with visuals, so we'll have video to release with the song and promotion, and we're going to go all in. So what's next after that? Pretty much it, man. We got the music going, the books coming, everything that you can possibly think of, we're working on it. I've had a lot of people book me to film for them in their movies, so I'm able to do that. I'm also able to help in various different ways. I'll have classes starting soon as far as writing, so I'll have script writing, because a lot of people would ask me to, they wanted to pay me to write their scripts. I just don't have the time to do it. But I'll make time to do a class, that way everybody can benefit. We'll do script writing class, we'll do improv acting class, and we'll do some type of music and art. So we'll do music and art together. And pretty much we'll just have like a monthly subscription or something, and it'll be like every Tuesday or Thursday or something. We'll figure out a day that's not so crazy, and they'll have a book club too, so it won't be the same thing every week. One week we'll do book, 1 week we'll do music, 1 week we'll do art, and then another week we'll do dance or something. We'll do something different every week. But we're gonna get that together. That's something that I'm working on with someone else. But we're gonna see what the space and everything is, how the availability and everything works. Inclination. So let's talk about inclination. I think I've touched on a lot of different topics. I've done a lot of live performances, as far as live performances, rapping on stage, rapping some of my original songs. I've done poetry, my original poetry. I've recited. I've also performed in different, I guess, like I'll say, state activities, as far as like, walk and runs, 5Ks and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think. So I'm a member of the Directors Guild for Arkansas. We had a directors meeting here in Arkansas with a group of directors coming together. That was pretty dope. I was happy to be a part of that and to network with many great people that are creating. The goal, which actually this is perfect to lead me into the Arkansas Film United group. Arkansas Film United is to the goal is to alleviate having to guess, as far as is there anyone out there that is willing to work with me. And so that's what the group is there for. It's so you're able to post what you're working on and find people that wants to work with you and are available to work with you. So it's not like you're just messaging random people which I've done before, but just to try to fish and see if someone would work with me. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you know, you just kind of get a feel of, okay, this person's too popular for me. So that's cool. I'm not getting enough likes for them. So hey, I understand. If it's not a benefit for you, then